Thanks for joining me again. At the time of this taping, the County Council is still deliberating over the FY27 operating and capital budgets. Let me start by saying I do appreciate that the Council fully funded the compensation agreements we negotiated with our county employees. Keeping our commitments matters, and our employees deserve to have the salaries to keep pace with inflation and the rising cost of living. But beyond that, Council counter-proposals to this budget put us in a lose-lose-lose situation. It's a loss for homeowners because 201,000 homeowners will pay higher property taxes through the elimination of the income offset credit, or the ITOC. Every homeowner loses a flat $692 credit on their primary residence, regardless of age, income, or property value. For the average homeowner, that works out to the rough equivalent of 10.6 cents on a property tax increase, which is significantly higher than the 6.3 cents that I proposed. It is a loss for the county government because the council's tax restructuring plan actually reduces long-term revenues by tens of millions of dollars. Current projections show roughly almost $65 million less in revenue this year, and approximately $158 million in reduced revenues in FY28. That is money that would otherwise support schools, transportation, public safety, housing, health services, and other essential programs that residents depend on. It is a $158 million hole that will begin next year's budget with. But the biggest loss in this budget is for MCPS students, families, employees. Residents should pay close attention to the reduction scenarios and the service impacts the superintendent has already discussed publicly. These are not abstract numbers on a spreadsheet. These are real consequences that can mean larger class sizes, delayed school maintenance, fewer supports for students, reductions in programs, and difficult staffing decisions throughout the school system. After all of this, commercial properties, surprisingly, see no tax increase at all. That is the part I think many residents are struggling to understand. Homeowners pay more, county revenues go down, schools still get cut. I proposed a different path. My budget fully funded MCPS, preserved the ITOC for homeowners, increased working families' income supplement for lower income families, and tried honestly to address the revenue challenges we face as a county. For years, I've pushed for allowing Montgomery County to establish different commercial and residential tax rates, similar to what exists in Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C., where commercial growth helps pay for transportation and infrastructure improvements. Legislation was in front of the legislature this year, last year, the year before, that would have given the authority to change our tax structure, but the county council refused to support it, not even wanting to have the power to make the changes and refusing to even give ourselves those tools. At the same time, we're entering a period of growing uncertainty from the federal government, with more responsibilities being shifted onto local governments while funding support becomes less certain. This is exactly the moment when local government should be strengthening its foundation, not weakening it. These were difficult choices. I made mine based on fully funding our schools, honoring our commitments, protecting services, and being honest about what it costs to maintain the county this large and this complex. One thing it's important to understand is how our taxes compare to jurisdictions around us. Would this impair our competitiveness? As you can see from these charts, this will not impair our competitiveness. Montgomery County is over on the far left side of the screen, and with my tax increase, we would have been up to $1.08. Go next door to Frederick County, their taxes are $1.11. Go to Fairfax County, their taxes are $1.15. Go to Howard County, their taxes on residents are $1.33. And go to Prince George's County, their taxes are $1.37. If you go to Reston, Virginia, the taxes are $1.22. And the only place that's less expensive than Montgomery County is the District of Columbia, where their taxes are 85 cents. But if you look at the chart or the bar next to it, you can see why. And I'll do this in reverse. The other next bar lines are the commercial taxes. The District of Columbia manages 85 cents on residents because their taxes on commercial property go up to $1.89. In Reston, Virginia, their taxes go up to $1.49. Prince George's County commercial taxes are $1.37. In Howard, they're $1.33. In Fairfax, they're $1.28, but if they're in special taxing districts, they also go up close to $1.50. In Frederick County, their taxes are $1.11, and in Montgomery County, our taxes would have have been $1.09. We would have been we are the lowest jurisdiction on commercial property taxes in the region. If these charts show you anything, it's that it's pretty clear that Montgomery County would remain competitive both residentially and especially on commercial property taxes if we put these taxes into place. I do want to thank all the residents and advocates and organizations who've been engaged throughout this budget process. No matter your opinion, your voice and feedback matter. I also appreciate the County Council providing a more transparent and public-friendly budget process as compared to recent years. This is National Police Week, a time to honor the service and sacrifices of the men and women in law enforcement. Last week, I attended MCPD's annual Fallen Officer Ceremony. This event is a somber reminder of the risks our officers take in just doing the daily tasks of their job, as well as the sacrifice that their families, friends, and loved ones endure. I want to thank all of our MCPD officers, their leadership, as well as our correctional officers, the Sheriff's Department, and the Maryland State Police, as well as our local municipal police departments and the Fraternal Order of Police for the risks you take to keep all of our residents safe. Our Montgomery County Department of Police deserves a ton of praise for its tireless work protecting life and property while embracing the constitutional community policing. The results of their dedication are clear. 2025, Montgomery County saw a 9% overall decrease in crime, including a 10% drop in crimes against persons and a 13% decrease in crimes against property, as they managed over 825,000 calls for service. While making these safety improvements, MCPD was the first county police department in the state of Maryland to successfully complete the International Association of Chiefs of Police Community Trust Pledge, a set of 25 programmatic and policy implementations that aim to enhance trust between police agencies and the communities they police. To support the public safety mission, our government is making historic investments to ensure our first responders have facilities and tools they deserve. Our FY 27-32 capital improvements program includes $40 million to design and construct the new 4th District Police Station that replaces an obsolete building that no longer meets our needs. We are also prioritizing the immediate safety by replacing the body armor units and the ballistic SWAT team vests. We're also investing in technology to strengthen our efforts, and nothing demonstrates that better than our Drone as First Responder program. Last year, this program completed over 2,100 flights, with drones reaching incident scenes first 76% of the time and providing officers with immediate information. We'll be making an announcement soon about an additional enhancements to our DFR program that will allow us to use drones more frequently. Through our Public Safety Joint Operations Center and Real-Time Intelligence Center, we are integrating data from over 2,000 community registered cameras and our automatic license plate readers, which yielded 3 million hits for stolen vehicles and missing persons in 2025. These are not just crime responses programs, they are crime prevention tools. True public safety requires a comprehensive approach. This is why we're advancing the Diversion Center and the new Justice Center to offer short-term crisis stabilization to individuals experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis and mental health referrals, reducing the burden on our officers and on the criminal justice system. We are also investing in the future of the force by establishing a women's leadership group to mentor female officers and by funding a new outdoor firearms training center that emphasizes modern standards for de-escalation and decision-making under stress. To anyone considering a career in service, we are ready for you with a starting salary of over $70,000 and a $20,000 hiring bonus. You can learn more by visiting joinmcp.com. I wanted to make you aware of the racist and xenophobic video posted by Maryland delegates Mark N. Fisher and Brian Chisholm accusing Delegate Chow Wu of being a spy for the Chinese government and mocking the way he speaks. Delegate Wu has served the people of Howard and Montgomery counties with seriousness and integrity since taking office, and he deserves better than this kind of garbage. At a time when the entire country is celebrating the sacrifices, achievements of the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islanders communities, to question someone's loyalty because of where they were born is one of the oldest and ugliest patterns in American politics. Asian Americans have dealt with that suspicion for generations. We've seen it during wars, during periods of economic fear, and whenever politicians decide it's easier to divide people than actually solve problems. The idea that someone can never fully belong here because of their background or accent is deeply damaging, and public officials should know better than to encourage it. As Shirley Chisholm said in 1973, racism is so universal in this country, so widespread and so deep-seated that it's invisible because it's so normal. Our words still matter because prejudice often hides behind jokes, casual accusations, and rhetoric that people try to dismiss as politics. We should not pretend this behavior is harmless or normal. Racism and xenophobia have no place in the state legislature. Delegates Fisher and Chisholm owe Delegate Wu an apology. I appreciate that leaders from across the political spectrum have spoken out against this conduct because this should not be a partisan issue. Montgomery County is stronger because people from all over the world have chosen to build their lives here. We're not going to stay silent when residents or public officials are targeted because of where they come from, how they speak, or what they look like. This country has gone that road before, and leaders should understand the damage it causes. There's an important update coming next week for those following the Potomac Interceptor cleanup. Maryland Department of Environment will lead an update on remediation and the results of sediment tests starting at 7 p.m. Monday, May 18th at the Glen Echo Town Hall. Leaders from the county's Department of Health and Human Services will also be on hand to explain why some restrictions remain in the place near the spill site. Those who can only attend virtually can sign up now through the Maryland Department of Environment. We look forward to an update on that situation and seeing the river return to normal so that the summer boating and water activities can continue as normal. Many of us already know we have something special at the Noyes Library. It looks as though it were lifted directly from the pages of a children's storybook. For 133 years, this has been the heart of Kensington, a place where the reading journeys of our youngest residents begin. This past week, we started the next chapter. The magic of Noyes has always been its small-scale character, but today that has become a barrier, preventing us from welcoming all the families that want to be there regularly. It is too difficult for parents with strollers and wheelchairs to access it, so changes are coming. We're expanding capacity without losing the intimacy that makes Noyes so special. Plans are to add modern ADA-compliant restrooms for our families and our dedicated staff. By finishing the basement, we're creating a dedicated space for community programs and the Jan Jablonski Early Literacy Training Center. The attic will become a finished second floor, providing our staff the space they need to prepare world-class programming and services. These changes will force the library to close for renovations on May 21st. Thankfully, we have more than 20 library branches across the county that can help provide some of the services and programs that are normally found at Noyes. Download the MCPL Library app to explore collections and learn more. Last week's ceremony gave us a chance to thank our partners for the work in paving the way for these upgrades. Our District 18 delegation, Senator Jeff Waldstreicher, Delegates Aaron Kaufman, Emily Shetty, and Jared Solomon helped secure critical state bond funding. I also want to thank our council members, our Department of Libraries, and our Department of General Services for the coordination and work on this project. Kensington Mayor Tracy Furman, the Kensington Town Council, and the Noyes Children's Library Foundation were crucial for pushing this project along. A strong library system must be accessible to all regardless of ability or background. To that point, children's collections and the events are also available at Kensington Park Library. Please check out the Kensington Park events calendar for dates and times on montgomerycountymd.gov. By making this investment, we're ensuring that every single child in Montgomery County can visit and find a world designed specifically for them. I look forward to seeing the new Noyes Library in 2027. Every year during Juneteenth, we take some time to honor the living legends of Montgomery County. Nominations for these special awards are now open, but the deadline for submissions is next Wednesday, May 20th. My office is proud to partner with the Office of Human Rights and the African American Advisory Group to shine a spotlight on those who've dedicated their lives to fighting injustice and helping others achieve success. We are looking for nominees who've dedicated their lives to service and excellence in the African American community. Part of being committed to preserving Montgomery County's history is understanding it. These awards allow us to recognize how Black community leaders helped shape our past and played a key role in making our home one of the most diverse in all of the United States. Nominations can be submitted by email to james.stowe@montgomerycountymd.gov or by mail to African American Living Legend Nomination, 21 Maryland Avenue, Suite 330, Rockville, Maryland, 20850. The awards presentation will take place on Saturday, June 20th at the Black Rock Center for the Arts in Germantown. So pass this information along and nominate a worthy living legend. That's That's it for today. I hope you get a chance to enjoy the weekend, and I will be back again next week. Take care.